This is Viewpoint.
Welcome to Viewpoint. I'm Doug Petcash. Between 2010 and 2020, Idaho was the second fastest growing state in the country behind only Utah. The 2020 U.S. Census shows Idaho added more than 270,000 people for a total of more than 1.8 million. Although still a very small number in Idaho, the Black and African American population grew significantly too, helping to bump up that overall number. In the 2020 census, only 1.5% of people identified themselves as Black or African American. The real number on that is 27,645 people. However, that's up more than 11,700 since 2010, an increase of 73.4%. And as the number of Black and African American people grows in Idaho, a relatively new organization has sprung up to provide resources and connections for the community. On its website, the Idaho Black Community Alliance describes itself as a 501c3 nonprofit organization for the promotion and preservation of the African American culture and community in Idaho. It's a statewide organization whose vision statement reads, to inspire, collaborate, and improve the quality of life within our communities and enhance educational and economic opportunities for youth and adults. It also engages with Black business owners and offers technical assistance and entrepreneurial training. Today, we are focusing on the mission of the Idaho Black Community Alliance. My guest is Black Community Alliance founder and CEO, Trish Walker. Trish, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So you started this up about 2 years ago. What is your background that led you to this?
So I'm a fourth generation Idahoan. My degree is in multi-ethnic studies. At the beginning of 2020, I just decided that I wanted to do more to be a servant for my community. I've always volunteered and done different community events, but I knew that there was an opportunity for me to do more, to step up. Mm-hmm. And so I just decided this is what I'd like to do.
So for the background of it, what is the Black Community Alliance?
We started off with really wanting to meet the needs for the businesses that are in our community. There were a lot of Black businesses that were born out of 2020. And we realized that they needed the help. A lot of businesses start with a passion, and you decide that you just want to jump into, you have a great idea, and you just want to jump into it. But you need to learn that there's technical and there's skills that you need to manage your business and to run your business. And so we wanted to be the connection for those businesses where they could get those resources, whether it be like website help, or if you need to learn how to get a loan, how to become how to have financial literacy. Those things are tools that you need to manage your business, to run your business, and to be about your business, and to turn it from a side hustle into your main hustle. We quickly realized that the Black community was hungry for more than just the business need of it. Okay. We have professionals that want to stay in Idaho, and they want to have their community present with them in Idaho. And so they come to us and they ask for referrals for doctors. They ask for referrals for, where do I go get my hair done? And so we want to be that connection for our community, not only for our adults, our professionals, our youth. We want to have a Black mentorship program for our youth. And so we want to be that overall connection for everything for our Black community, because our Black community needs it, they deserve it, and we want the rest of the community to embrace and to learn about the Black community.
And you found that it has become even busier than you anticipated, right?
Oh, it's so busy. Every day we have new businesses, we have new professionals, we have youth that come to our organization, and we just want to be in community and just to have our community flourish, and so it's been so great.
When you have a population that is as small as I kind of laid out there at the beginning, how important are networking and making connections?
It's very important because you have to be intentional about it. It's not every day that you're going to see another person that looks like you. Well, I don't see another person that looks like me every single day. So it's an intentional relationship, but it's so needed because there's representation matters, and so it's good to be able to be around people that look like you and to be around and to have those mirrored images. And so it's just good for our community. It's good for the people that want to be in community with us.
Now, I saw on your website that you have courses coming up this year on topics such as pulling credit and how to read it, how to dispute your credit, brand messaging, and consumer behavior. So you kind of focusing on businesses, but a wide range of topics that people may have questions on.
Yes, we do focus mostly on business right now, but we're also going into more of the disparities that Black people are experiencing. And so we'll have community conversations. We have conversations on breast cancer. We have conversations on Alzheimer's, high blood pressure, and things that are disparaging for the Black community, as well as business community, educational events, things like that.
And we were just seeing some pictures from those community conversations that you were talking about. Why the topics specifically of heart health and Alzheimer's in the Black and African American community?
Because those are things that are impacting our community. Those are things that are happening within our community. So we need to understand why are they happening and how can we make a difference? How can we make a change for those things that are happening? And how can we lower those numbers? How can we beat cancer? How can we effect change for our community? And if we have conversations and we normalize it, we might understand it better and be able to beat it.
So is it about getting that information out there?
Getting that information out there, making us aware, helping the doctors to understand what don't they understand about our community.
Okay. So how does it work? Do you have clients, or is it just people who reach out to you and say, hey, can you help me with this? Do you have information on this? Or sign up for one of these courses or community conversations?
So we're not a chamber per se, but we are we have an exclusive Black-owned directory, as well as we sign up members of our community. We'll allow anyone to sign up, but we do primarily focus on the Black community. And so the Black community, as much as they find out about our organization, they reach out and then they want to get in community with us. And they want to find out what's going on in our community.
And how is the environment in the Black business community right now? Is it thriving? Is it growing?
It's growing every single day. So we started off thinking that we might have maybe 30 or 40 businesses, and by the end of the quarter, we had over 200 businesses.
The end of this most recent quarter?
Yes. So
I see why you're so busy.
Yes, every single day.
And is it then open it up for those businesses then to also kind of network and connect and see each other as resources?
Exactly. So they are doing a lot of networking. They're doing a lot of exposing themselves to other businesses. They are networking within our community. So it's been really good for them to help them to expose, to grow.
Mm-hmm. And going back to when you started it and why you started it, was it something that, like you said, you're a fourth generation Idahoan. You're here, you're observing things, and you just saw that there was perhaps a hole that you felt you could fill?
Yes. When I was being basically my childhood, I grew up off of North 14th Street, and I lived in an area of approximately 5-block area of nothing but Black folks. And so I had my community, and I knew that if I ever needed a resource or anyone to go to, I had the leaders in my community. I had my great-grandparents and my grandparents, and so I had such a strong community connection. Now when Black people move here or when Black people live here, you don't see a lot of Black people, and so you need to have that togetherness, that mirrored image. Sometimes you just need to have somebody that looks like you so that you can just feel like, I belong, And so it's creating that inclusivity, it's creating that belonging, and that's what I loved about my upbringing in my childhood. And so I wanted to bring that back. It's more of an intentional, it's more of on our website. We have to get together, we might have to have events, but we still have that togetherness.
Now, and what is BCA Connect? Is that
So we were under a 2-year grant, a federal grant, and that grant is ending, but it's been such a great connection because we're connected to not only the Black community, but the indigenous tribes. We have 2 Hispanic chambers, and then we have 2 veteran chambers. And all of these spokes or groups are together, and we're making changes across the state of Idaho to be a resource for each community, each marginalized community.
And people can get more information about that on your website.
Yes,
right?
yes. So,
Now, speaking of your website, I mentioned earlier it's for the promotion and preservation of the African American culture and community in Idaho. So we talked about the businesses, but when you talk about preserving the culture and the community here, how do you do that?
We promote and preserve the culture in the community through events and activities. So for Black History Month, we'll have an event every single week. For MLK, we will participate or lead up an event for Martin Luther King Day. For the summer, we have the Boise Soul Food Festival. So that is August 12th of this year. Last year, we had a great time. We will feature all the businesses, all small businesses in Idaho. So anybody that wants to sign up, you can sign up to be a vendor, food vendor. We have amazing soul food vendors that come out. And it's just a great time and a great day. We get into the culture, we have music and fun, we share art and dancing. This year we're featuring a STEM village, and so we're going to dive into the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And so we're just immersing our culture into Idaho.
August 12th.
August 12th.
All right.
Boise Soul Food Festival.
Trish, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll look at some of the challenges facing the Black and African American community in Idaho, as well as the opportunities.
Come on, let's go. I'm Melissa Paul, and this is Idaho Today, a half-hour local lifestyle show featuring the fun and flavors of Idaho. Weekdays at 12:30 on Idaho's News Channel 7.
Hot tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Final day. Expo Idaho Boise. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2023 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Expo Idaho Boise. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
Call Jill.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe with America's best warranty. Get 0% APR on the Santa Fe or up to $750 bonus cash. See your Bronco Motors Hyundai dealer.
Be prepared for breaking news and emergencies. Download the KTVB app now and get breaking news alerts wherever you are. Text app to 208-321-5614 now and download the KTVB app.
And welcome back to Viewpoint. Today, we're focusing on the mission of the nonprofit Idaho Black Community Alliance. My guest is BCA founder and CEO Trish Walker. Trish, we talked about the small size of the African American and Black population here in Idaho, 1.5% of the total 1.8 million. How do you feel about the pace of the growth of that population here?
I love it. I love it. I think it's great because Idaho's always been my home, and I feel like there's more Blacks that are moving here, more Black families that are moving here, and they're realizing that Idaho is a great place to raise their kids and to have families, and Idaho is very friendly as far as to entrepreneurs. It's very supportive of entrepreneurs, and so I think that entrepreneurs are coming here and they're realizing that there is help. There are resources. They can grow their business. They can be innovative, and they can take that side hustle to their main hustle.
And what do you see, from your perspective, just as a Black Idahoan, and as well as your position with the BCA as what might be the biggest challenges facing the community here.
For the Black community, the biggest challenges I would say is exposure. I would say the Black new businesses or small businesses need that support from our corporations. They need that support from you. They need that support from me, as well as they need to continue to get that marketing help, get that branding help. And you know, we tend to support big corporations, but we need to support our small businesses because that's what's helping them keep afloat and what's keeping our economy afloat. So I would say that's the biggest thing.
So what kinds of businesses are you seeing start up here in that small business sector?
Oh, everything. We have everything from, we have food businesses, we have salons, we have those that want to go into contracting, we have bars, we have those that want to mentorship programs. We have schools that want to do like training, just everything that we would see everywhere, you know.
Is there, if somebody's watching who says, you know, I want to support the Black-owned businesses, you talked about the directory on your website. Is that a way to look up, you know, a category or to find a business?
We do have, you can look on our directory and you can find all of the exclusive Black businesses that are listed on our directory as well. And you can go out and support them. And all of their links and their socials are linked to our page, and so you can find their business and support them directly. You can also support us. And so we are a nonprofit and we need that support all the time as well to continue to be a resource for our community.
Yeah, you mentioned that the grant was running out. So is it, you know, you're pushing the, you know, got to go out and ask for fundraising?
I am.
Right?
I'm going out to ask for fundraising and ask for that support so that we can continue to grow.
On the flip side of the challenges, there are opportunities. What do you see as the opportunities that are now presenting themselves to the Black and African American community?
The opportunities are great for the Black and African American community, but it's also great for Idaho. This is such a great organization because we can help the professionals. Like, we can be in community with a corporation that's looking to retain diverse communities, and so we can help them by showing them all the opportunities that we have for the Black community, and then they can keep folks here and retain them. The biggest thing that people want to know when you move here is that you can be in community with those that look like you or that have something that you're familiar with. And so when you feel like this is home, you may want to stay here. And so we want to be that connection for corporations, as well as we want to be that connection for families. And so I just think that it's a great opportunity for anyone that wants to be in connection and be in community with the Black community.
And is that 73.4% growth rate that we talked about also an opportunity in its own right as the population grows?
I think it is. I do. I believe that it's an opportunity for us to just go after and capture all those people to help them to, you know, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you need? And so we want to be that resource to help them.
And then also, you know, as the numbers get larger, then it's, you know, kind of taking a bigger footprint in the overall Idaho community as well.
It does. And it also helps us because we want to, as we grow, we want to be able to make sure that we're helping each of our clients, and we also want to grow our economy so it could expand jobs. It can help us to increase more opportunity for more jobs in our area.
Is the growth in the businesses concentrated anywhere, or are you seeing it across the state?
It's mostly the Treasure Valley. I would say mostly Boise, Nampa, Caldwell. I have been across the state. I haven't seen a lot of Blacks up north, but you know, there are some businesses, but we're growing everywhere. So it's mostly in more of the Treasure Valley area.
Okay, Southwest Idaho.
Yes.
So we just have about a minute left, Trish. What are you focusing on, like, right now? What is your priority?
Right now we're focusing on soul food, but we're also still focusing on everything. So we're continuing to have community conversations. This Sunday, we're going to have an appreciation for our Black teachers. And so we've reached out to a small population of the Black teachers that are in the Treasure Valley, and we're going to start with our first, let's appreciate our Black educators.
And long-term, briefly, what do you see?
Long-term, I see us having a community center. We'd like to have a community center where we can open it up, where we're a cultural and an incubator space, where we're offering trainings, where we're offering resources, where we're offering you to connect with our Black community.
Well, best wishes on that. It's a big goal, and knowing you just a little bit, I think you'll get there.
I hope so, and I think so as well.
Well,
thank you.
And thank you for your time, too.
Thank you for having me.
And check out the Black Community Alliance's website if you'd like more information about the services and information that they offer.
Yes.
Trish, again, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, KTVB is celebrating our 70th anniversary this year. Coming up next on Viewpoint, we'll go way back to the beginning in 1953. Some KTVB history before we were even KTVB.
If you need work done around the house, it can be hard to find a reliable contractor around here. They're juggling jobs, they won't call you back. Well, if you need windows or doors, Renewal by Andersen's reliability is one of the many reasons thousands of local customers have trusted us. As the replacement window division of Andersen, we've removed the typical contractor from the equation. Our certified master installers are respectful of your home, and they clean, I mean really clean, when they're done. Now, some homeowners have this notion that vinyl windows are a good choice, but you may not realize that vinyl is just plastic. And these days, plastic often gets thrown away. Either way, plastic vinyl windows don't seem like the best option to protect you from the elements. Our composite Fibrex material is 2 times stronger than vinyl. And unlike those windows made who knows where, our windows are custom built right here in America. Okay, so you want a price. Other companies might give you a wild guess at a price over the phone. We just don't think that's ethical. We'll visit your home, see exactly what you have, and then give you an exact price quote. And we'll honor that price for a whole year, so there's no pressure.
We had been through the let's go the cheapest route we can and try the big box store, and it ended up badly for us. We didn't want a repeat of that. We wanted somebody that we could trust, somebody with a quality product so they would last.
Before May 31st, save 20% on windows and save 20% on patio doors. Save an extra $1,000 on your entire project. Plus, make no payments and pay no interest for 1 year. This offer ends May 31st. For a free appointment with Renewal by Andersen, scan the code or call 208-427-8900. That's 208-427-8900.
You've likely seen the commercials running here on News Channel 7. This year, we are celebrating our 70th anniversary as Idaho's very first television station. Yep, we signed on July 12th, 1953, but not as KTVB. Let us explain. It all starts in 1928 at a radio station at Boise High School. Turns out they built up a pretty big operation called KFAU. So big, it became too expensive to operate. So the school district put it up for sale and put an ad in the paper. An ad Mr. Curtis Phillips and his wife Georgia happened to notice when they were visiting her parents in Parma. Curtis, who already co-owned a radio station in Eugene, put in the winning bid and became the owner of KFAU that same year. The couple moved to Boise to run the station and went on air November 5th, 1928 under the call letters KIDO AM. Over the years, they built up the station, gaining more and more power to broadcast farther and farther away. But in 1944, Curtis died of a heart attack, leaving Georgia as a widow with 2 young girls. She continued to run the station as a single mom until 1946. That's when she married R. Mowbray Davidson, a Boise businessman, and she officially became Georgia Davidson. In 1952, the FCC lifted its pause on new television stations, and Georgia filed for Idaho's very first TV station permit. A year later, on July 12, 1953, KIDO TV went on the air for the very first time. The studio was located on Crestline Drive, just above the Boise Hills Village. Even the father of television, Philo Farnsworth himself, was in attendance for the sign-on. Legend goes, it was so hot that day, someone from the station went around to every store in Boise to buy every fan they could find to keep the machines cool. Those days, some commercials were advertised live in the studio. The studio even had a garage door for car dealerships to showcase their newest rides.
Fortunately, no bomb was found. Bowling, basketball, or ice skating, yes, you have the choice when you go Phillips 66.
By 1955, KIDO-TV had 7 on-air personalities and a number of original shows. In 1959, Georgia decided to sell the radio side of the business and change the television's call letters to KTVB. That same year, Bob Kruger was hired as the station's first general manager and vice president, and Sal Selesky, the station's first news director.
The real credit for the success of Channel 7, I believe, was Sal and Bob, because they laid the foundation. The rest of us just stood on their shoulders.
In 1971, KTVB opened its current building on Fairview Avenue, on what used to be the old Western Idaho Fairgrounds. 9 years later, in 1980, Georgia Davidson decided to sell KTVB to her friend Dorothy Bullitt, the owner of King Broadcasting in Seattle. Georgia would stay on, but with Bob Kruger running the station. In 1986, KTFT in Twin Falls begins operations under the KTVB News Group brand, expanding the station's reach from eastern Oregon almost to eastern Idaho. That coverage would explode again in 1996 with the launch of KTVB.com, now one of the most visited news websites in the entire state of Idaho. Georgia died a year later in 1997 at the age of 89, but her legacy lives on here at KTVB.
You just can't run from the Channel 7 legacy, and nor do you want to, because this is such a special place.
I'm so proud of this station, and I'm still proud of the station. I think it's still the gold standard.
I love this place, and the community loves this place. And you know, we always used to say a reputation is hard to build, and it's easy to lose. And that weight is upon every generation that comes through the halls of this television station.
And here's something amazing too. In our nearly 70 years of existence, KTVB has had just 4 general managers: Bob Kruger, Doug Armstrong, Kate Morris, and our current GM, Jessica Hagan. That's really unheard of in this business, in this industry, where the average turnover rate for a general manager is every 36 months, just 3 years, and we've only had 4 GMs in 70 years. A lot of stability. We're going to continue producing some of these history stories about our past here at KTVB and bringing those to you throughout the next few months into the summer, going towards our actual anniversary date in July. Well, thank you for watching today. That is all of our time for this week's Viewpoint. I'm Doug Petcash. I'll see you later today on the Sunday News at 5 and 10, and right back here next Sunday morning for another Viewpoint.